The following film is presented in its complete theatrical version. It was rated R by the MPAA and may not be appropriate for children under 17. It is rated TV MALV and contains strong language and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
If it isn't fresh, I'm out of business. Isn't that sweet, you little moneymaker, you?
Use new sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away. Use new sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away. Sweet fish.
Now I know what's real, what's fake. Now I know what's real.
What's narrow?
Damn, yeah, what's real and what's fake? I'ma pull out the drink if that boy wanna test. And if I wanna fuck, you know she gon' let. And if that bitch a virgin, I'm hitting it gently. Damn, I might pull out an AK or something. And if you think I'm lacking, you really are dumb. How you trapping this shit, but you dress like a bum? Got a gun with a switch and a gun with a drum, bitch. And I got a hood bitch. She be smoking this shit while I'm giving her dick. If a nigga want beef, I might pull out the stick. I ain't beefing with niggas, I'm trying to get rich. Damn, he a dumb, he don't know where to go. And now he getting mad cause I'm fucking his hoe. And that bitch, she had thought she be giving me throat. She ain't doing it right, how you say you the GOAT? Like, how do you sound? If we hide in his body, it ain't getting found. Man, that boy is a goofy, he really a clown. And his bitch wanna fuck going multiple rounds. Damn, we sending a knock to the sky. And he don't got a gun, why the fuck would you lie? How you taking a life, but you don't wanna die? He was tougher than that, and now he finna cry.
This is
What it do, my peoples? What it do? You already know it's that duo here, ready to talk that shit, walk that shit, and always gonna be about that shit. Chad, you guys already know, man. I am your boy, the infamous Dr. Shockaloo, and with me to my right, which is your guys' left, it is my boy, Big G, aka Supreme Ultra Rex. My bad. So what it do, my peoples? What it do? I'm sorry.
I stopped roaring like out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah, my bad. Give you the roar back.
Then I started roaring like when I wasn't ready. That's crazy. I don't get it, man.
You know, in the dreams we always have technical difficulties. You know how we do, people. So it is what it is. I'm sorry. My apologies, especially my apologies to Big Ultra Rex. So how you doing, baby? How you living, dog? Tell him.
Staying black. Another day is a black man in the white man's world, brother.
Doing what?
Just another day being a black man in the white man's world. Trying to make this paper. Trying to cut corners.
Cut him.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to settle my way in life.
You heard him.
Get what I can get.
Trying to get it how we get it, people.
Damn the man.
Damn it. Shots fired. But my peoples, how y'all doing, man? Don't forget to leave that comment, like, subscribe, and share. Rex, you want to point at me? Because I always do it wrong. Where is it? You see it right there.
Boom.
In my face.
Right freaking
In
there.
your face,
Bam,
sucker.
bam.
In your face, sucker. Don't forget to leave that comment, subscribe, like, and share. And check us out on all major platforms, man. That is, what is it? Pandora, Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on SoundCloud. You can check us out on YouTube Live that we're doing right now. And you can also check us out on Facebook Live. We can also check us out on SoundCloud. You can check us out on all major platforms, man. I'm not going to say them all. Just check us out on all the major platforms. You know we're here. We're in the building. It's your boy, the infamous Dr. Shockaloo, with my partner, Big G,
Shockaloo
Supreme Rex,
Dreams.
and we are Shockaloo Dreams, baby.
Chocolate Dreams.
So, Big Rex, you want to go ahead and let people know what we are going to be talking about today, right now?
Yeah.
Let them people know, man. Give them a roll.
Today we're going to talk about a little bit of a serious topic. Not that little bit. Actually,
It's a big topic. It's a major topic.
It's a big topic, yeah.
It's been happening for years,
We
centuries.
usually don't try to take things too serious, but then again, we're grown men and we live in the real world, and it's time to talk about these things, man.
The reality.
Reality.
Yes.
Today's focus, today's talk is about the welfare system and how it affects the black families. Okay? The welfare system and how it affects the black families. What's interesting, okay, is that, a lot of people, a lot of black people, you know what I'm saying? It's quite obvious. A good portion of us are living off the welfare system. And you brag about it so.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You brag about it so. You take the word ghetto as a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why?
Like, everybody just loves this whole being ghetto thing, and it's like you're cool if you ghetto. You know what I mean? But y'all got to think about what this actually means. Being ghetto, being on welfare. You know what I'm saying? You actually the low class citizen, man.
The bottom of the bottom, dog.
You know what I mean? This is not something to be proud of. And black people, what we have this thing, we even did it in slavery where we're being oppressed and we're going through a hard time. We don't just sit there and just stay depressed, right? We try to
triumph and overcome, baby.
Yeah, we try to overcome. We look for ways to like make things seem like it's not that bad, right? Like you can put us in the worst situation and you'll still find us like laughing and having a good time. That's a gift black people got. But this welfare thing, this welfare system thing, it really is something to be ashamed of. If you're on welfare, you should be ashamed. Straight up. Welfare, the original.
Yes.
Let me read to you something on what I read on Google. This is what welfare was supposed to be created for.
Just to hold you down temporarily.
Although President Franklin D. Roosevelt focused mainly on creating jobs for the masses of unemployed workers, he also backed the idea of federal aid for poor children. So this is what it was for poor children and other dependent persons. Okay? By 1935, a national welfare system had been established for the first time in American history. So that's what the welfare system was for. Poor children and people in messed up situations. Okay, it was like, well, let me help you out here a little bit. But the idea was, you don't want your life to be this bad where you have to depend on it. But if you have to depend on it, it's there. You use it temporarily to get yourself up, and then you get off.
Yeah, it's just to hold you down for a second. It's like if you lose your job, what do you get?
They got workman's comp, or not that.
No,
you're talking about
get,
unemployment.
Yeah, you get unemployment for a little bit.
You get unemployment check,
and then
right?
you get up off your ass, and you go get it.
And you go and get it. Exactly. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But the system is basically transformed into where people depend on it, they're proud of it, and they have no intention of getting out of it.
They're getting off of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is weird.
Which is crazy. And it's like the government's okay with that because they're not setting up anything, to make sure that if you're not doing what you're required to do to get off of it, that the money stops. No, as a matter of fact, they just keep rewarding you as you continue to F up in life.
Yeah.
Single moms, right?
Keep having more kids, we'll give you more money.
You have a 4 or 5 different baby daddies, 7, 8 kids. I mean, it's that bad in the hood. Y'all know what's going on. It's that bad in the hood. That's not what welfare was. It's not supposed to be so you can be happy and live in that life, right? You're supposed to eventually at some point get the hell out of there.
Get up off of that.
You're supposed to be ashamed of the fact that you even needed the welfare.
Facts.
But it's turned into something where,
yes,
black people especially, because this is the focus right now, because it's people in general that live on welfare. But let's be honest, the majority of people on welfare is our people, the black people. You know what I'm saying? And you just live off of it and you okay with it and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it like you need to be ashamed and get off of this. Everybody's talking about it like, yeah, I'm hood, you know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
I'm from the projects, you know what I mean? It was hard for me growing up, yeah. You know? It's not supposed to be that hard for that long. At some point, you're supposed to get that.
You're supposed to get up off of that shit. Shake it out. Shake it off.
But what this did to black families, it destroyed the black family because ain't nobody ashamed of being poor. Ain't nobody ashamed of being broke. Ain't nobody ashamed that you're in a country, a capitalist society where everybody has capabilities, basically,
Of getting right.
to make as much money as they want to make.
If you focus and put your shit together, oh yeah, the paper's here. You can make that money.
There's no cap.
Yes.
There's no cap on how much money you can make. Yes, there are secrets to obtaining a whole bunch of success. I get it. But you're supposed to be looking out for that secret.
You're supposed to
be
look for it.
reading books. You're supposed to be
Acquiring the knowledge. Acquiring the knowledge.
There you go. Beautiful
Or being
words.
around people that actually know how to get the money so you can get the money. And shout out to Ms. Jones for hopping up on the show, man. Appreciate you. Show some love to the homegirl.
Yes.
Right there. Big applause.
You know, this has just gotten out of hand, and it's time to bring this up. What's crazy is that there's going to be people that are going to make comments on this show that are going to be negative. That's what's crazy. There's going to be people that are going to make comments on this show that's going to be negative because we're going to be talking about a lot of people that are living comfortable off this welfare system and ain't got no damn shame. And
Don't
you're
give a
supposed to
fuck.
have shame, man.
Yeah, and if any of you guys got something to say, you see it right here. Hop up on there, be a guest. You can talk on here
Not
live.
right now. Let's get through. Let's do a little portion where we let them get on.
Oh, no, yeah. I'm just letting people know, though. But the
We don't want
link
them
is
to get
there.
on right
so
now.
if any of y'all want to hop on, you're more than welcome.
Don't hop on yet. As a matter of fact, we should take that one away because it ain't
Well, it's
time.
not on there yet. I mean, I posted it up, but
Okay.
go ahead, continue.
Okay.
And then after we show the clip, then we'll tell them to hop on.
Okay, so
All right, let's go.
nonetheless, the requirement for welfare, which we're gonna show the video. It's gonna
Let's show the
get
video.
more
This has
into
been I don't want to go too far into it, but what do you think that video was? Like in the 60s or 70s?
So that video it could be modern, but they're showing clips
No,
of
it's
what
not
went
modern,
down.
but it's
But they're showing clips that went down during the time
how it's all started.
how it got implemented in the black family world. Okay, which is in the 1970s.
There we go. That's all
Right? So that's why, it really doesn't matter when it was created. The point is,
Yes.
You know what? Let's just start watching the video because I don't want to
You want to go ahead and pop the clip?
give it away and then. So let's watch the clip first, and then we're going to elaborate on what is this doing to black families, man. Why was this implemented in the black world, in the black family world? Okay, why is it black people got the most broken homes on anybody in this country, man? You know what a broken
Why?
home is, y'all? That's when mom and dad.
Mom
ain't
and dad
together.
are not together.
It's supposed to be mom, dad, children.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Maybe grandparents can live in the house,
Yeah.
because they're old and they're
Older,
age
you're
and-
taking care of everybody.
You know what I mean? There's supposed to be like a
Right.
system set up to where, everybody's always being taken care of in that family. You know what I mean? But right now we live in broken homes. You know what I'm saying? Like people are, black people, we gonna be
Yes.
specifying this, are so comfortable with this. I'm a single mom, a single dad. You know what I'm saying?
Is that?
I got kids from this baby mama, that baby mama, you know what I'm saying? And, I see my kids in the weekends, you know what I mean? Like, that's broken
crazy.
home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Black people are the most people going through that. We did a show one time on kids being
Yes.
raised by single moms. We did a show. It was more so about what happens when the dad's not in the home.
Yeah, it was the statistics of being in a single household. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Really, a single mom home because when it was mainly about the statistics was based off fathers not being around.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all right now. The welfare system was designed to keep the black father away from the home. Okay, the welfare system for when it got implemented into the black community was to keep black families from growing.
Yeah, it was to break the unity.
Black families were always a threat. When the black family got their morals together and got their shit right, they start producing and making things right. Read about what went down in Tulsa, Oklahoma when they
And they had their own stock market and everything.
what was it called? The Black
Juneteenth. That's what.
Juneteenth is part of the history about it,
Yeah.
right? It was, but there was a word for it. The
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, this is when black families were strong together. Morals are right. Everybody was working with one another. We understood that, ain't nobody gonna love us but us. Let's make things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
So the black family being together is a threat, man. There's been all type of stuff being implemented into the society, and specifically targeting the black families as to why we're destroyed right now. It's continuous broken homes. Y'all want to know why black people are doing so bad right now? It's because broken homes.
Facts. That's it.
Mom and dad is important. Grandparents are important. Grandpa and grandpa. You need all that.
Usually
you need a
now-
whole system. You need aunts, uncles, everybody teaching.
Usually now, though, the child is really getting raised now. Sometimes ain't even by the mother. It's by the grandmother.
The point is, it's still a broken home.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, look how broke it is.
Yeah.
The mother ain't even raising the child anymore. It's the grandmother that's raising the child.
And the grandma be in her 30s.
Yeah, sometimes. Or it's either that
That's
or
crazy,
she's
man.
old and she can't really control the kid. So the kid's definitely going to be out here wilding and doing the damn thing.
Yeah, man.
So let's go ahead and show these people the clip and let them know what we talking about, dog.
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Living.
The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by mothers. But the effect of the man in the house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance. And thus, the welfare system in its operation turns out to be a system to make life harder for children.
The welfare system helps
That's some shit
the
for your
disintegration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away, in that sense undoing the very stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents the children, of course, need. And what I have seen, I'm afraid to say, all over the country is that the legal system works against the best kind of home for these children.
It works against. It
Now
works
that's some real shit for your ass.
against.
Not for it.
It works against
Against
the black family. We're not just the black family. Families.
every family, but we're the ones that are mostly getting hit with it. It's actually kicking y'all ass.
So let me read to y'all a little something about this. So the aid to aid families with the Department of Children, the aid to families with dependent children, AFDC program, which was the primary federal welfare program in the United States from 1935 to 1996, did not require the father to be absent from the family in order to receive benefits. However, some states did have rules that made it difficult. Some states did have rules that made it difficult for families with a present father to receive benefits. So it wasn't originally set to do this, right? When it was originally implemented, it wasn't set to do this. But states eventually at some point made rules to where it was difficult to receive benefits if the father was present. Then it says in the 1970s, some states began implementing man in the house rules, which reduced or eliminated benefits if a man was present in the household.
Ooh.
Okay, these rules were eventually eliminated in the 1980s and 1990s as part of welfare reform efforts. Right. So at some point, supposedly they got rid of this, right? But it's still required. They dress it up now. You know, if you apply for welfare now, okay, and they find out the daddy
It's still around.
is still in the household,
They cutting that shit off.
they're not gonna tell you that's the reason. They're just gonna tell you it's some other bull crap.
Yep.
Access
Because
denied.
supposedly there's a new reform to welfare now, where they're not doing that. But of course they are.
I gotta look that shit up.
Yeah.
Because I always thought,
Yeah.
the pops can be around, but when it comes for that inspection and they're gonna come look at that shit, you got to grab all your clothes and you got to go stay at mommy's house for about a week or two.
Which is, it's still kind of the same. But, I mean, welfare now, they just kind of take the woman's word. They used to send, what they used to call my aunt used to actually be this. I forgot what the position was called, but it's a position in the government where they're like an inspector. They actually come and inspect and look at the household.
Welfare inspector person. I know what you're talking about.
And they, see the condition of the family. Like, it's got to be proven. They'll just pop up on you, too, like, be sneaky and all that.
And what's crazy? Like, up north and shit like that, like, you living in the projects, bro.
Which I grew up in. Let's keep it real. You living in the projects. I grew up in
Puerto
project,
Rico,
so I know.
You on welfare, you pretty much living in the projects.
Yeah.
But here in Florida, I met chicks that had Section 8 and motherfucker, they got a motherfucking almost a mansion.
No, they don't have almost a mansion, but I get what you're saying. They give them nicer homes here.
Like a nice home. You living in Meadowwoods. Meadowwoods ain't no ghetto place. You know where that's at. Those are nice houses. You living in there.
Okay, I give it to you. Like in Florida,
you living good.
Certain parts of Florida, it's like, damn, you might as well stop working and live on welfare because once again, what's the motivation behind that? If you work on your
in
own
a house like that, and your neighbors out there working like me. I get up every day, every morning, go to work and do. You know what I'm saying? But I got a neighbor that don't work, don't nothing. All she do is receive child support and welfare. And she living better than me.
And the thing is, it's
that's
like
crazy.
If you say I'm getting off the welfare, and you start working on your own and pay your own bills, you're gonna live worse than when you had welfare.
Yeah,
because welfare gives you a better home in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, welfare here will hook you up. It's crazy.
The rent is insanely high. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is the motivation behind that? Like, why are they making it? Why do you live in such a great life on welfare? Because they want you to do that. They want you to. They want you to live on the system so they can control
you.
That how the families are being structured. Like, you know what? We're gonna show her she don't need no man. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna keep breaking you off with these little checks.
Yep. And what's interesting,
and that's it.
A lot of you females brag about, or you like to make fun of men that are broken with all that, call them deadbeats. But the truth is, without the government helping you, you would deadbeat yourself.
Yeah.
You're depending on
the man anyways.
You're depending on the government to, which is basically everybody's tax dollars. You're depending on everybody else's tax dollars to support your life, your way of living. And you over here bragging about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Of course you feel like you don't need no man because you got the government that's backing you up, giving you this money. But while it looks all gravy to you, what has actually happened is creating broken families. Okay? And because of the broken families, the children are being raised. The children are being raised without,
guidance, ultimate guidance, proper guidance.
The proper guidance, I think that sums it up. The proper guidance, and these kids are now adults, and these
have
men
their own kids, and they're not giving them the proper guidance because they was never taught the right guidance.
And the men aren't, really acting like men. They're too sensitive. The women are acting too masculine. And it's just a messed up situation. That's why no man wants to get married and women just, want to use the government. They just ready to put a man in child support because the government in every way is just doing whatever they can to keep, a broken family. I mean, just think about it. I want y'all to think about it. If a woman goes and has a child, right? And the dad is not in the life. She gets to go to school for free. She gets her rent paid.
They hook you up for school for free too?
Oh yeah, you don't know about them Pell Grants, boy? What? All type of grants, just being a single mom.
No way, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they going to college for free, bro.
Oh shit! So what?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what do you go to? Like a BYU, a backyard university, or are you getting to go to a big shit?
It can be any damn university, as long as
you make the requirements to get in there.
The grant is for circumstances. It's not about a Pacific school. Okay, so if your circumstance meet what the grant is, which is basically,
You're a bum bitch.
you're a bum. We'll give you money to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So they get to go to school for free, get an education. That while living
And
on
they ain't
rent,
got to pay student loan or none of that.
they ain't got to pay no loan. This is what I'm telling you. These are called grants. So they go to school for free. They live in rent free, and they're putting the father on child support, and they're getting that free money as well. So your rent's getting paid. You're getting child support money. You're going to school for free. You're getting all types of benefits. Of course you are running around boldly saying, "I don't need no man." Of course you're doing that.
It's racking up. What?
And what does the man get? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Nothing. Or even let's even talk about a woman. If a woman decided, I'm going to follow the family values that I was taught, and not get pregnant at an early age, and just have sex with any random guy and get pregnant, and oops, I have a child. And she decides to do things the right way. Okay, along with most single males having to live life the way they're supposed to. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to struggle to pay rent, struggle to pay a car payment, struggle to do everything, to eat, struggle to do every damn thing.
Just live in America.
And then if you go to college, you're gonna pay back a fat ass loan. Your Pell Grant is only gonna be but so much freaking money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta meet all types of circumstances where you screwed your life over to get any type of grant so you can have
Make
free
an extra
school.
couple dollars.
It's crazy. The system is set up to where if you F your life up, we'll help you. But if you do the right thing, we're gonna tax the hell out of you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, except for
It's
the
the-
rich. Except for the rich. The rich don't get taxed like that.
Well-
but while you're trying to get rich, they gonna tax you like there's no tomorrow.
Well, yeah, they say the middle class basically is supporting America, right? They're the ones basically
Oh, big shout out to the homie Craigers.
the middle class is basically the main ones that are
Sorry, didn't mean to do that,
suffering the consequences of doing right.
bro. Remember, this is the homie that had to get the jobs because he was working overtime. He's the EMT, and he came over here and he was the Oreo in the middle.
Okay.
The Oreo of the cookie.
That's right.
My boy Craiginator. He's on here talking this shit.
What's going on, Craig? Nice to see you there, brother.
All right, what you doing, brother?
But you get
What did he say? He got a second job. What?
he said just to handle your day to day takes overtime in a second job. It does.
It does.
If you are living like an average citizen,
If
which
you're the
most of
average
us are,
Joe.
right? Like $20 an hour used to be a lot of money, but now that's like nothing, right? In Orlando, Florida, rent on average is $1,500 for a one bedroom, which is crazy. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because
Like,
for 3 and up, you're paying about 24, 23. I think that the low would be 23.
yeah, this is madness, man. It's just too much, you know. So
I remember when I first moved out here, bro, and I was living in a nice fucking apartment. I had a 2-bedroom apartment, and I was paying like 6 and change, bro. That was it.
yeah, I was paying $600 for no. My last apartment I had was a 3-bedroom. I was paying 8 something.
Oh, the cuckold.
I was paying like $850 for a 3-bedroom. But nevertheless, yeah, rent is ridiculous now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take 2 incomes to basically, afford a place to live. You know, something as similar as an apartment. Or if you're a single person trying to do it on your own, like Craig just said, you have to working 2
Do
jobs
overtime
with
and get
overtime.
overtime.
You know what I mean? That's why, or you got to do another hustle. It's crazy. You know what I mean? This is why a lot of men can't give women what they want as far as like paying all the bills. Like he can't. You know, the bills are too damn high.
Now it's like
Bills are too high.
the average man, like for him and the family to live decent, the woman, I hate to say it, she's gonna have to help you.
Yo, if the average income is like 40 grand in Orlando, Florida, and rent on average is $1,500, how much is that taken out of your pockets for?
But that's for a 1-bedroom.
That's for 1 bedroom. That's what I said, the average rent. Right? So let's do the math.
Let's do the
right quick.
family. Check out for the family. What
Let's do the
Craig
math
Nader got
right
to say
quick.
here. Let's see.
So
I'm renting a house because it's a two apartment, whatever, the same price as a damn house. Facts.
man, they made these damn apps ridiculous now. Freaking commercial for
Yeah.
just to damn do some math.
Yeah, they make everything
Yeah, man.
all complicated, and then they
Just
like,
do
you know
math.
what? Just go to the government, get food stamps.
They're like, don't worry about the calculator.
You can't figure that out. Just get food stamps, man. We're
All
good.
right, so 1,500 times 12, that's 18,000. $18,000 out of a $40,000 salary is about 40% of your.
Your check.
That's 40% of your income for the whole year. You got 60% left. Now, you know you don't actually get to keep that $40,000 that you make a year because the government, as a single person, primarily gets 17% off RIP for the federal government, right? So 17%. Let's see, 40,000 times
My dog calculating the numbers for y'all.
17% is 68. So let's see.
Appreciate the comments too, Craiginator. And don't forget to like, man, and share. Let everybody know that Shockaloo Dreams is that podcast, man. We here.
Chocolate Dreams.
You feel me? Give you another one.
Chocolate Dreams.
While my dog is over here calculating the numbers and stuff, we're trying to figure things out. Go ahead and bring out the nerd shits.
17% of 40,000, 6,800. So you take away 6,800 from 40,000. Okay, so 40,000.
All right, he's taking care of that.
Take away 68.
Moments later, a few minutes later, a few inches later, 12 seconds later.
Is 33,200. That's actually what you would take home after taxes. Now, if rent is, what did we say was for 1,500 times 12?
18, I think it was.
Yeah, 18,000. If you take away 18,000 from 33,200, take away 18,000. You're left with 15,200. Now, 15,200, you still have utilities and shit you got to
I was
pay.
just about to say that. Light,
You still got a car payment and
food,
everything you got to pay.
insurance.
Right? You basically gonna that 15,200 gas, food, all that stuff. That's gonna be goggled up with all that. That's just one person to take care of themselves, man. So one person can barely do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a struggle.
So you do absolutely do, like Craig said. You need to make, you know, you got to work 2 jobs.
You got to
and
work 2
overtime.
jobs and overtime.
But you'll probably end up making about 60 grand just to live like a decent life to afford stuff. You know what I mean? So now welfare basically takes away all that problem.
Facts. Pretty much takes away all that shit.
So you see why people would want to be on welfare? You see why this single mom thing is crazy? It's too hard. Society made it too hard. You will live better being on welfare and the government paying your rent. You live rent free. Than to go get a job.
But you got to deal
And
with the
work
crazy
hard.
crime rate.
Even though there's the crime rate or whatever, but people would be like, I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
If you get love in the hood, you all right.
So although, you know, mathematically you're thinking to yourself, well, this kind of makes a little logic. I live better off on welfare. I don't have to work as hard and hell, you don't got to work at all. And all your bills are going to get paid, you know, your living expenses at least. And then, you know, they're going to do the ghetto thing like sell weed on the side or do hair or some crap.
Don't knock the hustle.
Right? Don't knock the hustle. I mean, I hear you. Everybody got to hustle. I ain't gonna knock nobody for hustling, but you know, they did make selling weed illegal.
The Pookie, oh yeah, that's what's
Right.
fucking a lot of them up now.
They did
but
make
Pookie
selling
got to
it.
sell the little tray bags, and you know,
It is
Keisha
illegal.
got to do the hair.
So, you know, baby mamas out there, you know, doing hair, whatever little hustle they got, or
You know what I mean? Are doing tricks.
There's all type of schemes going on, credit cards, fraud, all type of frauds going on, check fraud, everything.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, then then you can see why they were going OnlyFans. I mean, the system is created to where you're just thinking, man, I'm just gonna I'm gonna use the system. I'm gonna use the welfare system that the system created. And now, as a result of that, your kids are not getting raised the right way because daddy's not in the household. It's not a 2-parent household. And
you'd rather take the money.
And the environment, like Lou was mentioning earlier, is full of crime and stuff, right? So the environment, all you learn is negativity. So now the kid grows up in all that negativity and learns how to, the way of life is basically do crime and be on welfare.
And the worst thing about it is, like, you're not even really considered, like, and it's fucked up because I know you're human. I lived in the hood. We both lived in the hood. We both probably grew up off of food stamps here and there. But what I'm saying about that is, like, you're not even, like, when you start living that type of shit and just staying stuck like that, you're just considered as a statistic then. Mm-hmm. You're just a statistic. Like, just another statistic. Put them on the tally mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you really want to be a statistic? Or you want to be, something else?
But
show them different. Get it.
Clarify them when you say being a statistic.
Oh, clarify it?
Yeah.
Like how sometimes they try to stereotype us. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's from the projects. Or look at him. He got chats. He don't want no job. He's in the, look at him. He's probably from the hood and this and that. He give food stamps and everything. And you just falling in a statistic.
Well, let's talk about that because it's a system basically created. Being on welfare puts you in a certain environment. Also puts you in a certain class of how people view you, right? What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word when people
judge you?
Judge you, but there's a word for it when you classify it as something. Stereotype.
Stereotype.
Right? They put you as a certain stereotype, and because you're that stereotype, you're put around certain information, certain influences that keep you just involved in that same circle of BS, and you just never get out of it. You know what I mean?
Some of us do, because...
Well, most people don't. Most people don't. Most people, I hate to insult a lot of people, but most people are just not smart.
That's what I was going to say, because one thing I will say, and this is facts, I don't give a damn what any of y'all say. And I heard this from someone, I can't remember where, and now, like, I really take this shit serious about it, man. Like, we were born with our parents' features, right? Because they'd be like, oh, you look like your mom, you look like your dad, or whoever the hell, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of everything, you die with your choices or your decisions, your choices.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you could be in these environments and all this stuff, but you can get out of it if you want.
You can get out of it, but you know what? The influence to get out of it has to come around you. Right? It basically does. This is why they say environments create people's scenarios, people's situations, people's circumstances.
Yeah, you know what? You are kind of right. The environment does have a lot to do with it.
It has everything to do with it.
If you live in... No, I'm not going to say everything because...
It does.
No, because if it was just totally just because of your environment that you would be fucked up, then why have some of us have come out of it?
Well, you got to understand that the majority do not come out of it. You can't talk about that small portion that do. That small portion that do, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? I came out of it. I was brought up in the projects in the Bronx, right? I lived in Harlem. I lived in the Bronx. I'm moving all over New York City, living in messed up environments. And to me, that was like life. Like I didn't know it was a messed up environment. That was just what it was.
Lived there. I lived in PR.
Right?
I lived in a bunch of places.
And the point I'm making is I had people that were around me. I had family members. Most of my family's from Jamaica. And Jamaicans, they have it in them like, yo, if you come to America, you can't come here and play games. You're going to have some Jamaicans that play games, but most Jamaicans come here, Haitians or whatever. Most people that come from other countries come here to like take life serious. If they come here really young, they can kind of fall into the influence of the environment they're in and want to be a thug and live the street life. But they came here as an adult after struggling from the country they was in.
What?
They come here with the intention on making things happen, right?
They plug in and get it.
So I had enough family members, you know, like my uncle, he became a doctor. I had another uncle that became a dentist. I had another uncle that became an engineer. You know what I'm saying? I had aunts that became, you know, master's degrees and have good careers. And I just had a lot of that influence around me to tell me, yo, you ain't like these other kids out there. If it wasn't for that, because most of my friends I grew up with didn't have that. Majority of my friends didn't even know who their daddy was.
True.
And that's not to me crack on our people. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, the environment, man. So if you're from a family where nobody's successful, I've heard so many black people, even when I was getting out of college, saying I'm the first black person, I'm the first person in my family to graduate college. Like, that's crazy.
You're the one.
You're the only one in your family that, and they're so proud of it, which you should be proud of.
Yeah.
Right? Although, you know, just a piece of paper saying that you know the white man's education, right? That really going to just make you an employee and limit how much income you can make for the rest of your life. But nevertheless, there's too many black families that have no example in their own family, their own environment, that they can do something else besides, you know, be some hood dude and, you know, live a hood life, you know, live the ghetto life. Because you're not necessarily going to just do crime, but you don't have that influence around you to tell you that, hey, you can be anything, you can be something else. Even though school, they got the DARE program growing up, and they'll tell you can be anything.
Motherfuckers.
You can be anything. You got commercials on TV. You can be anything. You can hear that, but it's not really. You don't really it doesn't really digest to you because that doesn't make sense to you yet. When you get older, all you're going to do is turn back to the teachings that you grew up with.
True.
So unless somebody with the influence, somebody with the experience from, you know, having success comes into your life and influences you to do better, most of the time you're not going to do better. Most of the time you're not. But there are that few that says, "No, I refuse. I'm not." Some people grew up, had it bad, and they're like,
"I refuse. Yeah,
I refuse. When I'm an adult,
I will not lose.
I'm not going to do this. When I go out there, I'm not going to mess up like my parents did. I'm not going to live like this." You know what I'm saying? Because struggle will make you seek to get out of it.
Yeah.
And some people seek to get out of it the ski mask way, the drug dealing way, the prostitution way, the stripper way.
Yeah.
Right? The point is they're seeking a way to get out of it. Of course, the obvious better way is to do something honorable that, you know, you're not messing up your character, you know, and you won't be a statistic.
Boom.
Yes.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. Environments is everything. So this whole welfare thing, it puts you in a system of just a system of a circle of the same BS that just keeps you with a poor man's state of mind, ghetto state of mind, hood state of mind.
Just lost soul.
Anything, a lost soul. You're just a negative individual. And you don't even know that's what you are. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it just plays a big role in the black family. I mean, I've seen it go down in the Spanish families, but, you know, it's not as bad as it is in a black family. I've seen it go down. I've never seen it in an Asian family. I've just never seen I'm just saying, I've never seen a homeless Asian. I've never seen one on the streets or anything. But
yo, now you think about it.
But they make sure they make sure that they
hold them down.
You don't bring shame to the family. That's their whole thing.
Yeah, you have disobeyed the family and the Shaolin Temple.
On some real shit.
Straight up.
But I don't want to fall off focus. I'm just saying. Black people are in the main trouble with this system that's created, you know, the welfare system created, that just basically it says, hey, we'll make your life easy. Just live in the area we want you to live. Because when you're on welfare, you live in where they want you to live. Most of the time, okay, yeah, he was talking about there are some apartments now, some apartment complexes now they made brand new and they're putting welfare people up in there, which is crazy, but that's new. Most people on welfare are living in a messed up environment.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is.
High crime rate, like I was saying earlier.
High crime rate, right? And as long as, like, people are lazy, as long as a situation is created for you to continue to be lazy, but you don't got to go out there and struggle and work hard, you're going to go ahead and do that. And then you're being rewarded for all the bad decisions you make. Okay, especially you single moms. I know I keep talking about y'all, but you're the main ones that are being attacked. Like, you are being influenced that you do not need a man. That's why you keep saying you don't need a man. It's not because you're working hard and you're making a way for yourself. Although a lot of women are doing that, but that's not the majority of the reason why you say you don't need a man, because you know if you fail trying to do it on your own, the government got your back.
You'll be all right.
Men are ashamed of that. Men in general, men don't want to go to each other. Yo, I'm living off that welfare check, homie. Men don't. We look at each other like, what? Right?
And get yourself right. Get it right, bro.
Women, y'all have like a different bond type of thing going on in the female world. Men are generally ashamed of that. Men, the last thing they want to do, I'm talking about of any race, the last thing a man want to do is go seek help from the government or even another man.
Yeah.
They want to figure it out on their own.
Feel
they
like you're a man.
They want, just give me the opportunity so I can figure out how to do this on my own.
Yeah.
And some men just like, F these opportunities, I'm just going to go rob and steal. Right? Which is an easy way out until you die at an early age, and then you realize.
Or you end up incarcerated.
It was a way out, all right, a way out of life. Now you dead.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now you in jail serving life. You know what I mean? Getting tatted up, and I rep this gang, and I rep that, and yo, this is my arm, that means this, and that means that, and this stuff, I was in jail, and Pookie was right here. And you proud of a bunch of foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? But once again, it's a trap. It all started from the welfare system, man. So the reason why, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other people's opinion as well, women are so quick to, be a single parent is because they're going to get the assistance from the government. And by you ladies being...
They'll be like, I'll raise them myself. I don't need you.
And by you ladies being a single parent, being a single mom, because men that are single parents, they're not trying to run to the government. I'm telling you right now. Some of them do it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but they're not trying to do that. But the reason why you ladies are doing it, because you know you got the assistance there. If you try it on your own and you want to just give up, you can get the government to go help you out. You might be a little harassment and doing paperwork, and you can't have so much money in the bank or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Y'all be complaining about anything that's free. Y'all just complain. You're
going to figure it out and get it.
But you're going to figure it out, yeah. And not only do you have the government to assist you, but men just in general will assist you because men love women so damn much. Men love women so damn much. You have men that made it, and they know that the woman that they're dealing with made a lot of mistakes, and she does not deserve him, but yet he'll still spend his whole paycheck on her to take care of her kids and all that. There's so much assistance for you ladies all over. So it's like, really, don't complain though. I don't want to hear y'all complaining about how life is hard for you. Like, it's really not that bad for you. It really ain't. Just all you gotta do is if you just made the right choice, choose the guy. I don't care if he's boring and he works a 9 to 5.
If you choose the right guy, well, here we go. What you just said, choose, right?
Yeah.
This is what I mean. You born with your family's features, your parents' features, but you die with your choices that you make.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If you make the right choices and do what you need to do, you'll be okay in life pretty much. If you I ain't saying follow all the whole thing of what is it, the white picket fence and all that, the American dream and all that. I'm not saying all like that, but I'm saying if you do pretty much the right things, like, stay out of trouble, be kind to others, understand, and this and that, all the good things pretty much will come to you. But
in general, yeah.
If you don't, darling, you'll find a good man and everything like that. But if you don't, and you're doing all this other shit that we talking about in this crap, then the thing is, hold on, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but and another thing, like you say, it's the environment, but darling, you can find something out of that too. Like before, yes, I get it. It was kind of rough to figure that out. But nowadays, you can find something. You can definitely find something. Now, they want to take your ghetto ass. That's a whole different story.
Yeah. The influence, like you black people, y'all are just all the ghetto stuff. You're just making it like a cool thing, and it's not cool, man. And because y'all making it a cool thing, there's so many women I've seen now saying that they don't want a man with a 9-to-5. They look down.
Yeah,
on
they
man.
want the scammer.
They want the scammer, the drug dealer, because that's what's being glorified in the black community, which is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is all puts you into the circle of
being a statistic.
The being a statistic, that circle, man. That there was a word I had for it earlier. I just can't think of what it is now, but it's just a pattern. You know, it's a pattern, man. We need to stop glorifying ghetto ways, man. It ain't cool to be ghetto, man. It ain't cool to be ghetto. You guys gotta be ashamed of this ghetto mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? See a comment here. My man said, man, you know it's crazy to see in real time these girls' choice in men based on feelings and sex only. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Winston, dog.
I mean, it's true. I mean, there was a time, like, I can remember when I was a kid, you know, there was still morals in the community.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
I like to call it, like I said, the ancient scrolls, bro.
There was, the ancient scrolls did get talked about during the time of my childhood.
You know?
Where women were ashamed.
What would they call it? Male chivalry? Is that the word?
I'm not sure what you're.
Did they say that women destroyed male chivalry?
Okay, yeah, they said chivalry is dead, and I think Dave Chappelle is known for that. Chivalry is dead, and women are to blame for that. But nonetheless, I was saying that I remember the time when, you know, you had some ethics, code of ethics that were still around in the black community, where women were ashamed to judge a guy based on the sex, you know, how good the sex is, and
yeah, like I remember
him doing a crime. Like women,
if you were pregnant when you were young,
women wouldn't date you back in the 90s.
That was no
80s.
good.
You wouldn't. A man couldn't get a. I mean, a man was always able to get a date if he had swagger, but for the most part, like black families, we sure like.
The fathers were there, and they was making sure.
The father was
that
like, "Yo, if you go out there and bring some
hood motherfucker around,
some DMX cat come up in here, talking about what, right? Like, nah,
get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. We not having that.
That used to be a shame. Like,
that was a straight Wakanda right there.
Black families made sure you felt ashamed for that, right? Like,
where's my Wakanda? There you go.
Oops. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
No.
There was a time, but now it's now.
There was a time.
The criteria to get a man now is how tall you are, how big your D is, how strong your D game is. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Winston again.
You know, we'll read his comment in a second, but you know, now the standards of what women are looking for in a man are things that don't matter because these things aren't conducive to building a family or to having a good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Winston says, what's missing is something or someone that'll guide them away from the road to what mess we see today. Teen pregnancies, thought culture, and toxic relationships and habits. Absolutely, 100%.
What?
I agree with you 100% on that.
He gets it.
But you see, those things are being talked about, like this episode right now we're talking about. You think YouTube's gonna put algorithms where this black people can start hearing this?
No.
You think TikTok is gonna put an algorithm that this important message that's being talked about right now is going to get put out to black people to hear this? No. And then what's crazy, if they put the algorithm out, black people are just going to hit next.
Yep. Or put on some hate shit.
They're going to want to see some...
we want to see someone twerk.
Some celebrities...
or somebody say something.
Talk about Michael B. Jordan and his relationships with females and Laura Harvey and all the dudes she's sleeping with and things that don't matter. Things that they ain't doing nothing productive for a black community. But I agree with you, and I say to that, you know, we just gotta, even though we know the system is working against us, we still have to talk about these things, man.
Yeah,
still
we
have
must
to talk about
unite.
'em.
We must unite and fucking figure the game out in the Matrix, man.
We still got to try to figure it out. We can't just say, there's no use, man. We still got to talk about these things, and you know, we gotta do our best. But yeah, you're right. There is nothing really set that is going to set a major influence amongst our people to stop living this way and get this mentality changed. Because the only thing that's glorified in the black community is whatever relates to hip hop,
guns,
right? This is why they say rap music
drugs.
is a devil. Because the rap music, the only rap music, Will Smith was a rapper, right? He wasn't rhyming about selling drugs and stuff like that, but people say he was a corny rapper. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna lie though, he was, man. He had like maybe 2 tracks.
What are you talking about? Summertime was that joint.
No, that's what I'm saying. He had like about 2 or 3 tracks. I loved Summertime.
It's about the message.
And I like the Nightmare on Elm Street that he did, the remix of that. I don't know if you heard that. It was in his first album.
But my point is the message, right? Like, you start rhyming about positivity because there's some black Christian rappers that are actually pretty good
and
that nobody knows about because the message of what they're talking about is not aligned to what black people are into nowadays.
Don't mean to cut you off, but
Right.
back in the day, it wasn't just Will that I did mess with. I messed around with Grand Poobah. I messed around with Brand Nubians. Who else was back in the day that was on some conscious stuff? Poor Righteous Brothers. Who else was spitting all that conscious stuff back in the day?
I think Pac was, Pac was probably the best at doing conscious music to delivering to black people the things that mattered. But the problem is
Public Enemy.
He dipped in negative shit too.
Yeah.
F you, fat mother effer, that's why I F'd your B, right? Like,
Thug Life.
F Mob Deep, F this, whatever. Like, that's where he messed up at. But his positive stuff, Dear Mama,
Dear Mama was that track.
Brenda Had a Baby.
Yeah.
A couple tracks that he did. You have some rappers that can deliver it where they still appear to be cool. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with black people is, they're too accustomed to hearing negative stuff. Rap music is the devil. And as a brother was saying,
It's the devil.
It is a devil. If something was implemented to where a major influence could be laid upon our people so we can get the right mindset to stop living this ghetto life, to stop living this welfare life. You know what I mean? If we can do that, black people don't even want to hear it. Black people don't even want to hear it, man.
My dog dropping jewels right now.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I have not, dog.
So a question here is, have you heard of this dude, Sudoka from Orlando?
No, what does he do?
Not sure about what the Sudoka is, but anybody that's a good influence,
More power to him, brother.
more power to him. Because,
We salute.
You know what I mean? When we were younger, we was into the rap music and all that. Mobb Deep was my favorite joint. I'm from the Bronx. I mean, come on.
Facts. I always fucked with Mobb Deep. You know that. We used to bump that. There was a song that still to this day.
Yeah.
We bump it.
And I still love
It
him.
gets our head bopping.
But rap music is the devil. Okay? Rap music is the devil. It is what it is. It's these rappers now are talking about making niggas they ops. You know what I mean? That's a negative thing. That's not supposed to be something cool to be talking about. You kill somebody and then you making songs about their ashes and that's why they dead and like that. What the hell? And this is glorified, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but negativity is being glorified amongst black people, man. All this is a result from being raised in a welfare system. I know it sounds crazy to say that, but it's all a result from that because it led to you living in an environment that showed nothing but negativity, which gave you the mindset that you got to like the music that you listen to, you know what I'm saying? The way that you talk, the things that you like, you know what I mean? Which is all negative and makes the black community look bad. All it started from that, man. It's like a what do they call it? A trifecta, a domino effect. This one bad thing leads to another bad thing, to another bad thing, to another bad thing, to another bad thing. And next thing you know, you're just in a circle of bad shit. Your whole environment is just screwed. And all you know is bad stuff. And you a simple-minded fool. And then when you hit your 40s, now you're like, damn, man, now I see. Now you want to teach the kids right.
Now you wake up. Yeah, you simpleton.
So my man said you're going to send it to the DMs. That's what's up. But nevertheless, man.
Yeah. Do that, brother. We'll bump it or we'll check it out ourselves on the Dolly.
We are coming up on
that time, dog.
Time.
It's in that time. But
I enjoyed our talk today. I mean, there was so much more I wanted to say. We'll probably do a part 2 to this, But, something different for y'all, man. Like, let's talk about what's can be productive in the black community, things that we should be aware of. Let's stop glorifying foolishness, man.
Yeah, the coonery.
Stop glorifying. I mean, coonery is a different thing. That's
a
lot of black people
coonery,
are
all that stuff, man.
A lot of black people are blamed for being coons because they want to do proper shit and live a standard life for living. Like, I
don't consider you a coon for doing that.
I don't want to, because coonery is like you can't just throw that word around. You got to be real specific. So I don't want to say coonery, but the foolishness, man. Let's call it foolishness.
The buffoonery.
You know what I mean? That's all. That's the only influence on black people's mind. And, we're just trying to help black people not think that way.
Hey, I appreciate that, Winston, brother. Please comment, subscribe. Well, you have commented. Please throw a like out there and please share to everybody, man, because this is what we do. We go on multiple topics, bro.
Can people see the comment that he put?
Yeah, that's what I'm putting up here.
Okay.
We do everything, bro. If you look through our episodes here, man, we got reaction cams that we do funny stuff, man, and then we talk about serious stuff. I mean, like I said, man, we're here that I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but like I said, man, we're that podcast show that's gonna walk that shit, talk that shit, and always gonna be about that shit, man. Always. This is what we do, man. We're here for the people. Some people gonna hate, but it is what it is. We ain't never gonna change. Go ahead, Rex.
And I just want to leave y'all with whoever we offended, you offended over something that's right. You know what I'm saying? You should be offended because I said something that was wrong that's not conducive to our society. You should be offended because I said something negative that I'm talking about as if it's positive.
Facts.
Being ghetto is not cool. We got to change that mentality. Okay? My brothers and sisters out there. And I just want to leave y'all with that, man. Ghetto is not cool. Welfare is not cool. We got to change our thought process, man. And that's all I got to say. We about to end it off.
Out of here.
I'm going to let Dr. Shakalu do his little outro he always be doing. He's obsessed with people being clean.
Yeah. I'm OCD with that, man. I need all y'all to be clean, man.
So I'm going to let him go and say what he be saying.
Hold on. Did we post up my man's last comment on here? Definitely one of the... If you play this on stream right now, I promise you that you won't be disappointed and your jaws will drop. I'll throw
$50 to your Cash App.
Honestly, if I could do it right now, I would, brother. I mean, I don't know how to do that, to be honest with you.
How about you tune into our next show?
How about this? If I put it up on the next show, would you do that for us? Because, I mean, we've never had this happen to us, and we would appreciate that.
So, hey.
It'd be something cool.
Any support is great.
Yeah. I mean, we're not here for the money, but that'd be cool. Because if any type of income that you guys send us.
You don't even got to send us the money.
Yeah, you don't.
The fact that you want to put on a positive message that you want to put out there, that's what we good at. We good with that. We don't even need the $50.
Actually, we don't even need the $50, bro.
We don't even care about that.
Yeah, we don't even care about that.
We don't do this for that.
But I promise you, for the next episode, we sorry, I'm getting text messages. Next episode, we will put that song, or is it a song? Yeah, you did say it was a song.
We'll look it up.
We'll look it up and we will put it up there, man, and show it. So with that being said, people, man, sorry, getting all these crazy text messages, man. Don't forget, like I said to the homie right here, Winston, one of our new homies now. Appreciate you. Lucas, too, for being on here. And Craiginators. I mean, everybody that been on here that left a comment and been watching the show and everything, man. We appreciate the love from all you guys, man. So with that being said, man, check us out all the time. We always going to be here. And last but not least, man, wash your hands. Oh, one more. Okay.
All right, you ain't got to put everything up, man. Just
Yeah, I got to put all the comments up, dog. This is what we do.
everything is not referring to.
It don't matter. I'm putting them all up there. Thank you guys for leaving any comments or saying anything. So with that being said, people, wash your hands. And the final thing. Oh, no, we're not even done yet. We forgot to give your ultimate roar.
Okay.
Yeah, see? Knocked me all off my stuff, dog. Let's give Rex's. You already said what you had to say, right?
Let's give the roar.
Okay, let's go. You know, we give Rex his final roar.
Yeah!
You heard it. And as you guys know, I am the infamous Dr. Shockaloo, and with the podcast show, we are Shockaloo Dreams. That's combined us, brothers. So with that being said, last time, wash your hands, and last but not least, wash your filthy ass.
If you want it so bad, then steal one yourself.
This is a Luca.